Hello. Huh. You send your details, your name, USN, and transaction ID. I will send the link details. When you have sent. What is your good name? You will get the link right now. Okay. Okay. Hello. Hello, good morning to all of you. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Okay. Just to ensure that you're available at the other end, because it is a online open short-term course, your commitment and availability at the other end is equally important. So I welcome all of you to the open short-term course of 5 days in cyber security. Very fast, I will give an introduction with respect to the open short-term course itself, and then I will explain the day-wise schedule. Then we will start the introduction to cyber law, security, privacy, these topics, and followed by that we'll be having the hands-on session. In the 21st century, one of the iconic figures is the internet. I hope everybody agrees with respect to this. In global economic view, Asian region has the fastest growing internet market in the world. This market growth represents an opportunity for leading technology-based business. I welcome all the students who registered for this open short-term course for this fruitful outcome on this contemporary topic, that is cyber security. In this 5-day open short-term course, we will discuss different issues of privacy, security, different challenges. Basically, this 5 days open short-term course has been organized to fill the skill gaps, build awareness, and facilitate innovation in this emerging technology field of cybersecurity. In case of India, Internet offers an essential tool for overcoming barriers to social and economic integration. It brings information, education, and health to the people in the rural areas. On demographic factors, the internet penetration has exceeded 2 billion, and mobiles are somewhere in the range of 5 billion. While internet usage has been remarkably increasing, the community is also facing many challenges, from the network design, security, prevention, from cyber attack to IP resource management and planning. I hope so. In this 5 days workshop, we'll give valuable inputs and informations so that it is useful for the beginners, and it also motivates leaders, policymakers, and cyber wizards of the student community. Friends, cyber security has to be looked at the international perspective. The security of a country used to be thought of an items of soldiers, guns, and other physical structures. Today, you have seen in the newspaper that Russia and the US has got nuclear weapons compared to any other countries in the world. Nuclear weapons, how much a country has got can be audited to some extent, but the cybersecurity nuclear weapons cannot be audited, and you cannot expect anything here. So there's a lot of uncertainty involved with respect to the cybersecurity attack. However, if a country cannot control its cyber assets, it will not remain as a secured one. There are several nations that we have seen today which are bound to cyber attacks. Criminal on nation attacks occur every day. If a country does not have security system, its citizens are vulnerable to privacy violations. The financial institutions that supports the economy are vulnerable to theft with insecure cyber systems. The critical infrastructure of a country are also at risk if a country is not mature. International Telecom Union produces an annual Global Cybersecurity Index. The index is the most thorough ranking of the country by country maturity. The report looks at countries in terms of their maturity, in terms of legal, technical, organizational, capacity building, and cooperation. Though thorough report lists, there are countries which are on the top in cybersecurity. United Kingdom, which is having an active cyber defense program, has prevented thousands of attacks and reduced the average time a phishing site is online from 27 hours to 1 hour. The ranking, USA stands second, France in the third place, Lithuania country stands fourth, Estonia fifth, Singapore takes sixth place, Spain takes the seventh place, Malaysia eighth, Canada ninth. And these top countries, you cannot find India, which has taken or which is taking the cybersecurity very seriously during these recent days. Analytics Insights rank these countries at the top of cybersecurity ranking. USA, it is said that based on the analytics, 58% of the digital security organizations are situated there. So based on the analytics, Russia takes second place. Israel is said to be in the third place, but we have seen many evidences where Israel has proved its innovative solutions for the cybersecurity problems. China is not less, in the fourth place with respect to the analytics. In 2017, China has adopted cybersecurity law, and its fundamental intention was to strengthen the cybersecurity and national security. Spain in the fifth place, Estonia in the sixth place. After facing a bad cyber attack in 2007, Estonia has turned into a worldwide heavyweight in cybersecurity. Friends, you can give roughly this list with respect to the countries ranking with respect to the cybersecurity. So we can say like this: USA 1, Israel 2, Russia 3, Canada 4th place, United Kingdom 5th place, Malaysia in 6th, China in 7th, France in 8th, Sweden in 9th place, and in 10th place, Estonia. The latest global cybersecurity index ranking is available, and this global security index, in short called GCI, has made a survey in 2013. I am referring to 2013 survey. The goal of the GCI is to help countries identify area for improvements in the field of cybersecurity. So countries with the best cybersecurity, a list is available. Even in that list, we will find the India finds it's the 5th place as per 2013 cyber security commitment and innovation. But thus India is a country where we are having growing people in millions with respect to the internet users and devices. So it's very important, especially for the safeguard of the country like India, to think about cyber security. Even in the industry perspective, for the students to think of the job opportunities, cyber security is important. A security engineer builds and maintains IT security solutions for an organization. In his intermediate level position, he'll be developing security solutions for the company's systems and projects and handling any technical problems that arise. Security engineers identify IT threats and software vulnerabilities, build, test robust security systems. Today, it's a time to look at the different hardwares and softwares or combinations of hardware and softwares like firewalls to look at the cyber security solution strengthening. There are different roles available and good salaries available. A lot of job opportunities are available to look at the cyber security perspective. There are different skills required. So students may have to know about IDS, IPS, intrusion detection system, intrusion prevention system, penetration testing, vulnerability testing, firewall and intrusion detection protocols, secure coding practices, ethical hacking and threat modeling, and knowledge about Windows, Unix, Linux kind of operating system, visualization technologies, MySQL database platforms. For example, different better database platforms are also required along with this. Identity and access management principles, application security and encryption technologies, secure network architectures, the knowledge about subnetting, DNS, encryption technologies, virtual private networks, virtual LANs, voice over internet protocols, and other network routing methods. Network and web related protocols. You should be knowing about TCP/IP working, UDP, IP security protocol, HTTP protocol, HTTPS protocols, and several other routing protocols working. Advanced persistent threats, ATP, phishing and social engineering, network access controllers, gateways, anti-malwares, enhanced authentications. All these are some of the things that we can list with respect to the skills a cyber security engineer need to have. Along with this, as you know, soft skills of course required. Generally speaking, and security engineers need to talk to many people, has to address different social problems while solving the cyber security problems. So with respect to the scope of the cybersecurity, so far we have seen. Next, I will go to the cybersecurity open short-term course day-wise schedule. Even though the scope of learning, acquiring skills, both technical and soft skills, is having a large space, we will not be able to focus on all these things in this 5 days open short-term course. So our cybersecurity title goes like this: attacks, threats, tools, and blockchain use cases. As you have seen, cybersecurity is an area of application development today, research today. We cannot say research is not required for us, because research involves giving innovative ideas and solving the social and technical problems is the scope of the engineering students. Therefore, we have to see what is the actual problem and how to solve this problem. So the topic of cyber security is the need of the hour, as securing our assets, digital assets, are very, very important. and it involves financial and sensitivity of information, and securing financial and sensitivity information is a key challenge in the cybersecurity. The topic in cybersecurity are the interdisciplinary across other field of engineering. That's why you can, any engineer of any field can join the cybersecurity course. So we said blockchain technology plays a significant role in redefining the cybersecurity. So in this open course, participants will get insight of cybersecurity and some use cases of blockchain. This open course going to be interesting since many tools will be discussed. So I will take the day-wise schedule. First day today. So myself, I'll be talking about cyber privacy, security basics, and I'll giving a complete overview while giving the different inputs. After the session, you'll be having the installation and usage of Kali Linux, which was earlier referred to as Backtrack Linux. How to do different, what are the different features available in the Kali Linux? You'll get an overview. After that, Wireshark tool will be demonstrated, and there are different phishing tools available. One of the phishing tools will be demonstrated. So you should be ready with your good internet connections, preferably with the laptop rather than having the mobile phone. For the next part, latter part of this session. 17th May, that is tomorrow, I'll continue with my topic on blockchain technology and its applications, and will be demonstrating a blockchain technology use case, how to use a blockchain technology in a case study of land registration. Okay, that will be explained. Day 3, 18 June 2020, Professor Shivkumar of our department, he will be demonstrating cybersecurity tools. Day 3, Thursday, there may be some changes with respect to the schedule, depending upon the availability of day 5 resource person. Suppose the resource persons on day 5, that is on Saturday, that schedule is likely to change to Thursday. Modified version of the day-wise schedule will be given to you at the later point of time. Day 4 is 19 June. Dr. Anjan Krishnamurthy, he'll be discussing modern cryptographic techniques and its relevance. Okay, in the blockchain. So day 5 schedule may be shifted to Thursday, as I told you. During this schedule, we will be having the demo from Ajit Kumar V and from Raju Udhasi and Satish P. So these are working as security engineers in NetApp India Limited and Cisco systems in India. Okay, this is with respect to day-wise schedule. Coming to the topics. So very first, now actually I am starting with I would like to share the screen. Just a minute. Screen is visible? Hello? Hello?
No, sir, it's not visible.
Not visible. Now, is it visible, madam?
Yes, sir. No, sir, not yet. Now, yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, madam. Hello? I think any one of the participants can answer, because we know that there are, for sometimes, students may not be at the other end. We always assume that students are available at the other end and will speak.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So these are some of the topics maybe already covered for the cybersecurity students of MCA. But however, since more than 15 participants are from the other departments, I think these informations may be required for them also. Can I get some feedback from the students of other departments whether they are aware of cyber law, privacy and security concepts? If they are aware, to what extent they are aware of it? Anyone? Anybody is there from other department? Hello? Anjana Guru Prasad?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Very good morning. You are from ECE background, right?
Yes, sir. First
So
year.
have you studied some concepts of intellectual property rights, cyber law, security? Can I know the awareness, to what extent you are aware of these concepts?
No, sir. I haven't studied anything deep about it. I just know what it is like an overview about cybersecurity. Like it secures our softwares and websites. That's what I know.
Okay, okay. No problem. We will address all the basics. Can I go to Amit Bhushan, CSE? Amit Bhushan is there?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Amit Bhushan. I think you are from CSE background, so you may be aware of have some IPR concepts and cyber law concepts, cyber security concepts.
Yes, sir. For few extent, that's it, sir. Not much about it.
You are having the subject?
Yes, sir. Right now, this semester we have
You are in which semester?
sixth.
Sixth. So you are having a specific subject in cyber security?
No, sir. Part of a subject. It's
Okay.
like chapter module.
Fine, fine. Thank you. So I assume that these concepts will be interesting and useful to all of you. So very first, let me start with the cyber law, because we have to know what is privacy, what is cyber law, what is cyber security, and then different types of threats and attacks. What is a vulnerability? What is a threat? What is an attack? Whether attack is a threat or threat is an attack. All these concepts we need to know. So let me go back to the National Research Council report of USA published in 1991. I am taking this report of say nearly 19 years back report, because people have said almost 20 years back itself, the bomb or the thief on the cyber security or cyberspace is very dangerous compared to the traditional terrorist. That's why we are having a quote here: the modern thief can steal more with a computer than with a gun. Tomorrow's terrorist may be able to do more damage with a keyboard than with a bomb. So this is actually a very serious statement that we need to consider. there's a need of cyber law because there are many activities. We cannot say who is the owner of the internet. Internet, by its inherent nature, is a decentralized one. All we use the internet without the owner, without centralized control. That is one way an opportunity to work with a lot of freedom, and freedom has given an opportunity to work in a manner we want, what we call it as a switch. So internet therefore has to be controlled by somebody. So if it is not possible directly the controlling the internet, we need some governing body, right, which controls it. We know internet has dramatically changed the way we think, the way we govern, the way we do e-commerce, and the way we perceive ourselves. Information technology is covering all walks of life all over the world. So cyberspace is open to participation by all. It has brought transition from paper to paperless world. The law of real world cannot be interpreted in the light of emerging cyberspace because the regular law, what we say IPC, Indian Penal Code, we talk about some regular law, cannot be directly applicable to the cyberspace because here it changes. The way we define the thief there changes. The way we define the hacker here changes. So different definitions comes, different technology comes. As and when different technology comes, the way of committing crime keeps changing. Even therefore, not only it is necessary to have the law, but also we need to have the law which is keep learning on itself, right? So we need to keep do amendments because technology changes. People who make crimes do in a different way. Therefore, even the law need to be keep learning. So internet requires an enabling and supportive legal infrastructure in tune with the times. What is a cyber law then? Cyber law is the law governing cyberspace. A one-line explanation. Cyber law is the law governing cyberspace. What is a cyberspace? Cyberspace includes computers, networks, softwares, data storage devices, hardwares or storage devices like hard disks, USB disks, etc. The internet, websites, emails, and even electronic devices such as cell phones, ATM machines, etc. All these are part of the cyberspace. As and when time changes, we'll be having, for example, in future, we may think of robotics, right? Today we are talking about artificial intelligence and machine learning. We may have some machine learning programs which may be part of the cyberspace in future with which are having different features, maybe used for the malicious purpose or financial gain purpose or personal gain purpose. Cyber law deals with cyber crimes, electronic or digital signatures, intellectual property, data protection, and privacy. Friends, throughout the discussion, at one point or the other, all these points will be addressed. So, as of now, please understand that cyber law deals with crimes, electronic or digital signatures, intellectual property, data protection, and privacy. What is a cyber crime? Any crime with the help of computer and telecommunication technology. Further, we can define any crime, any illegal activity that is done using any electronic gadget capable of making the communication as a cyber crime, any illegal activity. That's why law should be there to say which is legal and which is illegal. Any crime where either the computer is used as an object or subject is a cyber crime. Broadly, cyber crimes can be classified into 3 categories: cyber crime against the persons, cyber crimes against property, cyber crimes against government. Against a person, cyber stalking is a cyber crime. Impersonation is a cyber crime. Loss of privacy or violating privacy of a person is a cyber crime. Transmission of obscene material is a cyber crime against a person. Harassment with the use of computer is a cyber crime against a person. Cyber extortion or impersonation. So we may not be able to explain all the attacks or crimes. Some of very important attacks or crimes I will explain, and we have 5 days of time where the same in a same flavor, different things will be explained, and we'll be covering almost all basics, and I'm confident that will help you in understanding the cyber security threats, attacks, and blockchain use cases. Cyber extortion or impersonation. So it is a crime involving an attack or threat of an attack against an enterprise. Against an enterprise. So it is coupled with a demand or request for money to stop the attack. So it is important for an enterprise to protect itself against the cyber extortion. Impersonation, I hope you understood cyber extortion. It's a crime involving an attack or threat of an attack against enterprise. For example, I may attack a database, and I may take the control of the database. The enterprise people will not be able to use their database, and they, in order to use their database, where after hacking the database, the attacker sets different passwords, or he completely encrypts the database of the particular enterprise. Now he'll ask a ransom, some huge money, say, give me 10 crore, I will give back your database contents. Maybe one example for cyber extortion. Impersonation in cyber security. Digital impersonation. This is digital impersonation. Is a form of identity theft for committing fraud. By taking Aadhaar card identity, that number, you can do something. By taking IP of certain machine, you can do something. By taking some unique ID of the, for example, health records, you can access the health record or electronic record of a patient, wherein it contains many other informations, credit card numbers, debit card numbers, insurance ID, many transaction details along with the patient informations. All those things can be done using digital impersonation. Is a form of identity theft for committing fraud or cheating of another person's identity, in which someone pretends to be someone else by assuming that person's identity, typically in order to access resources or obtain credit and other benefits in that person's name and fame. This is impersonation. So we have seen two types of crimes. One is cyber extortion and cyber or digital impersonation. Coming to the second category of cyber crime, that is crime against the property. Unauthorized computer trespassing, computer vandalism, transmission of harmful programs, siphoning of funds from financial institution, stealing secret information and data, and copyright comes as part of the crime against the property. Computer vandalism or trespass. Let us look at two important cyber crimes under the category of cyber crime against the property. Computer vandalism is a process wherein there is a program that performs malicious functions such as extracting a user's password or other data or erasing the hard disk. So it is a malicious function. You may take the password from this program, for example, or you may take the color data, or you may completely erase the data available in the hard disk of some other persons. That is computer vandalism. Please remember, this is a very important cyber crime under the category of crime against the computer. Trespass. A person is guilty of computer trespass when he or she knowingly uses, causes to be used, or access a computer or computer service or computer network without authorization, and he or she does so with an intent to commit or attempt to commit cybercrime. So for the purposeful of making some attempt to commit cybercrime, okay, so then it is called trespass. Against the government, hacking of government websites, cyber extortion against the government, cyber terrorism against the government, and computer viruses injecting against the government websites, for example. There are some other crimes: logic bombs, spamming, virus, worms, Trojan horse, email bombing, email abuse are the other types of crimes. Cyber stalking. I have given some of the links here. ncwnic.in, online complaints v2, pub, frm pub registration.aspx. Hello? Hello?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, I request all of you, just if you are having your mobile phone or a laptop, quickly go to this URL and see what is this URL is all about. So you are able to see this screen. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Please go to this web URL, okay? ncw.nic.in. ncw.nic.in, online complaints v2 /frm You are able to look at this slide, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Please type this address. http://ncw.nic.in. ncw.nic.in. Anybody has typed? I'm not getting any response.
Sir, can we see the link once more?
Sure, sure. You got this link? Hello? Hello? Okay, good. Gunshekar has got. Please type in your chat box whether you have got this link. Could you open this? Muhammad Tahir, thank you. Harini MCA, Gunshekar, only 3 responses. Ummehani MCA, okay. Chetana, thank you. Anjana Guruprasad, Rachita, thank you. Amita Bhushan, Likita, Sridhar, Santosh, Priti, Seema, very good number of responses. Yashaswini, okay, thank you. Now, please go to this National Commission for Women. NCW stands for National Commission for Women. Right. We were discussing the cyber stalking, and we have this page with us. Please come to your chat box and type for what purpose this particular portal is useful. Please type in your chat box for what particular purpose NCW is going to be useful. I have just shown this portal, right? Hope it is available in your end also, National Commission for Women. Just type in your chat box. Please don't lodge any complaint here. Very good. Anjana Guru Prasad says some very good answer. Women empowerment, gender equality. Quickly, some other answers, please. Have an interaction. NCW is going to be useful for cyber trades for women. Amit Bhushan says NCW is going to be useful for cyber trades for women. You are able to listen, right? Suppose you are not aware of okay, I got it, Amit Bhushan. NCW is going to be useful for cyber threats for women. Okay, suppose some words which are very harsh is used on an unknown person, unknown woman, and simply it is a stalking. Okay, definitely a woman can immediately lodge a complaint. Without the next question, the directive comes from the National Women Welfare, NCW. Okay. So National Commission for Women will direct the local police station. Suppose if a woman of the Yelahanka Avalahalli complains on some students of BMSIT, for example, then immediately the directive comes from the National Commission for Women, and the local police station, say Rajankunte police station or Yelahanka police station, to whichever area the BMST comes in, that police station will start the investigation. And if they find it very serious, they may arrest without any warrant, and the case may go very seriously. So there are some things. Okay, here with any proof they can lodge a complaint. So please do not try to lodge a complaint. This is just for your information. There are many things which we should not do on the internet. While we are having freedom to do many things, there are many URLs blocked, and even we should not open those URLs. We should not see those URLs. There are many things like, okay, porn websites of the children, because pornography is also very dangerous cyber crime, because we have large youths, and we will be having lakhs of children who are at the age of 8 to 14 So under the age of 18, whoever is there, we call them as children. Child pornography is a non-cognizable offense. So even though you are above 18 or 18 adult, you cannot go to the porn website of the children. Immediately there are tools which can catch hold of your machine IP address, and they can take you under the control. You may be behind the bars without any excuse. Okay, that's one. The second, second one, this is again one more exercise for you. Please go to this website, https://www.dnvgl.com, maritime webinars and videos. Okay, please go to this link. Hello? Hello? I am requesting all the participants to go to the second link. Second link, www.dnvgl.com.
Sir, can you send this link in chat box, sir?
Yes, I will do that. Hello? Hello? Amit Bhushan is there?
Yes, sir.
So you have got the link?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Chetana? Chetana got the link?
Yes, sir, I got, sir.
Okay, please go to that link. Hello? I am requesting all of you to just start that video and watch that video. So at the end of this video observation, I am having some set of questions for you to ask. Please carefully watch this video. What are the different types of attack that comes here? If you can observe, it is good. What are the different types of threats and how threats comes? Please watch. What are the different types of devices they use?
It worked. The USB drive is now plugged in and the back door is open.
The file is camouflaged as a normal XD chart update. I made sure it looked really legitimate. Logo.
Please note down all the keywords that comes.
Everything.
Okay, excellent job. We're off, yeah. Doing better. All right, I think we got what we want.
He just did what he thought was common.
Oh, bad practice.
A rapidly growing threat to almost all aspects of modern life, and the shipping and offshore industries are no exception. Prior to the digital era, safety of the ship was primarily measured by seaworthiness and physical integrity. Today's fleet, however, with the growing complexity and services provided from shoreside networks via the internet, onboard systems are increasingly vulnerable to cyber attacks. Safety of the ship has entered a new dimension. As the global maritime community, ports, vessels, and facilities are increasingly connected to and dependent on computer systems, the consequences of a cyber incident can be significant. A recent survey revealed that over 50% of all shipping companies worldwide have already fallen victim to various cyber attacks, a trend that is rapidly growing. Cyber attacks and cyber spying can be performed by almost anyone, as many of the hacker tools are readily available on the internet. So cybersecurity is much more than a simple technical fix that solves all problems. It is just as much a question of culture and attitude as it is technology. It should therefore be a core part of any business, and successful strategies will require changes to organizational structures and mindsets of all seafarers. One of the most common forms of cybercrime is social engineering, which is the art of manipulating people into revealing confidential information that can be used to gain unauthorized access to personal or company systems.
Okay, time to go fishing.
All right. So we prepared some fake emails for the rest of the crew sent from the shipping company, asking them to verify critical information like usernames and passwords and bank information.
All marked as urgent, of course.
Perfect. Phishing emails are, as always, top-notch. Let's just hope no one looks too closely at where they lead.
So-called phishing emails is a widely used method, asking you to click on a link. And because the email seems to come from a trusted source, you follow the instructions provided. If the spelling is dodgy, it's a true sign of a fake, and you will probably react to it. But today, hackers are becoming more and more sophisticated, and by the time you realize that something is wrong, it is usually too late. Your information, be it usernames, passwords, personal ID, credit card information, or even bank account details, is collected and may be sold to the highest bidder on the dark web, or they use it themselves in targeted attacks.
And as an alternative to emails, we can use almost any kind of mobile device.
Like tablets and smartphones. And if a phone that we have infected is plugged into a company computer for charging, it's enough for us to get in.
An easy mistake to make. Impressive.
Smartphones, USB sticks, portable hard drives, and memory cards can all be used to smuggle malware and viruses past physical barriers and firewall protected networks.
The phone was just plugged into a computer on the...
Hello? Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Can you pause for a minute and answer some questions? So I think we are having a 20 minutes video. Out of this 20 minutes video, first 5 minutes we have watched this video. Can you just write down the keywords of different attacks that you can identify and tools that was discussed in that video? Okay, please just write. For example, I will give you one clue. Yes, I got one answer from Muhammad Thavid, IAC department, phishing, and very first social engineering, very good. Malware, correct. Cyber spying, correct. Wireshark, Sahadev Kumar, correct. Victims of cyber attacks, fine. Basically, if you see this video, you can understand that, right? So in the beginning itself, they have said the one more was left. That is a backdoor. So you can see and just you can observe these things. Yes, as many of you rightly pointed out, the phishing, right, hacker tools, cyber spying, and Wireshark, correct, yes. So there was a backdoor. So backdoor programs, Trojan horses or backdoor programs are a set of malicious programs which appears to be good, but over the period of time, it's not good. It has got some malicious purpose. For that purpose only, people will use Trojan horse or backdoors. Okay. And over a period of time, this backdoor program starts collecting the useful information, sensitive informations like passwords, username, credit card details, and so on, and starts sending to the person who actually wanted this information. And Wireshark, which is a tool actually. So in between, there was a flash of advertisement which says, no alarm, John required Wireshark and other tools. And phishing email, phishing actually. So I will explain what is phishing, and briefly I can say phishing is a fraudulent activity where for the malicious purpose they will send some email, or they will be having the website which enables the user to give, which motivates, which triggers the users to give their information on their own, and they will deceptively collect the information and they will use it for the malicious purpose. That's phishing. Okay, so go back to this video, and where almost
we can use almost
up to this we have watched. Please continue to
past physical barriers and
watch
firewall
this
protected
video.
networks.
The phone was just plugged into a computer on the bridge network. I'll do a quick port scan and see if I can use some default login credentials to access some critical systems.
The aim of the malicious code can vary from silently monitoring data to actively tampering with systems to cause harm.
Okay, we're on a roll. Any other systems we can access?
I also detected an open wireless router connected to the SATCOM network. They're probably using it to download computer games or stream movies or something.
Connecting personal devices to networks reserved for operational equipment is a major security risk, as it leaves a gaping hole in an otherwise tightly secured system.
The operating system on that computer hasn't been updated for ages and contains more security holes than a Swiss cheese.
Ha! Took me less than 10 seconds to get access to their webcam. I used a generic hack that has been around since I was in high school.
Now, let's see if we can whip up a surprise for these guys later on.
Okay, guys, have fun while it lasts.
And now, the final showdown.
I have a few scripts prepared. Should I try my ghost ship program?
Now, according to the AIS, the ship should be in open waters, so I think we can safely have some fun on their behalf. Go ahead. And if you could access any webcams on the bridge, that would be great to see.
Okay, so I've got access to the CCTV on the bridge wing and the audio from the VDR. Here you go.
There's something wrong with the Ectis. 2 ships, nothing on the radar. Can't see anything.
There's no visual. Must be something wrong with Ectis then.
This is just incredible. Now let's slow down the propulsion.
You're losing speed. What's going on there?
Something wrong with the IR system. So then we can go into manual.
Still no response.
Seemingly small human errors can have large consequences. The navigation system can also be manipulated by electronic GPS spoofing devices, sending incorrect GPS signals, telling you that you are in a different position than what is actually the case. This type of attack doesn't require access to the vessel's network or internal systems. Ransomware encrypts files on a computer and demand that you pay to unlock your files. Once the malicious software has infected one computer, be it a personal or company computer, it may spread to others connected to the same network, quickly making it impossible to perform common tasks.
Battery.
We're hacked. Okay, well done, guys. Show's over. Let the ship know it was a drill.
We are not real hackers. This was a penetration drill. But it could have been people with the wrong intentions deciding to perform an attack on the ship you are sailing on.
That is why we ran this drill. That is why we run any kind of drill. We need to learn to identify, understand, and manage the cyber risks. We need to implement cybersecurity in our operational procedures at the same level as any other risks in shipping.
So how do you avoid becoming the next victim of a cyber attack? Let's look at some best practices. First of all, it's all about not letting anyone or anything uninvited into your computer systems or other critical systems. Just as you don't let uninvited guests into your ship's gangway. Now, how do you do that?
Well, start by securing your computer devices, making sure antivirus software, firewalls, and email spam filters are installed and activated. The company procedures require that systems are updated frequently, so familiarize yourself with these procedures and know what your responsibility is. For the ship's operational systems, your company should make sure your suppliers follow their updated routines. For example, old Windows operating systems are too easy to hack. And only company or owner-approved software should be installed. Never install any other software or games on shipboard computers.
When it comes to your personal awareness, always think before you click. Just as you stay vigilant and alert when walking out on deck, you should stay alert when entering your emails. Hackers want you to act first and think later. If the message conveys a sense of urgency or uses high-pressure sales tactics, be skeptical. Never let their urgency influence your careful review. Then, research the facts. Be suspicious of any unsolicited messages. Even if the email looks like it comes from a company you use, do your own research. Check the email address of the sender, and if you're uncertain of the origin, verify by phone and ask your IT department if in doubt. If you're asked to reply to a message with personal information, it may be a scam. Delete any request for financial information or passwords. And please don't fall for invitations that look too good to be true, like you just want a prize, or we sent you a gift, or we need your urgent help. And just like the chief, who reacts to an unfamiliar sound in the machine, you should react to any suspicious cyber activity.
Infiltration by malware via removable or external hardware. There are currently no security patches with it.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Have you watched that video, right? Have you watched that video? Hello? Please come to your chat box. What type of attack was made? And it was asking for paying of $5,000. What type of attack was that? Please come to your chat box and mention the type of attack. Hello? So one answer is spoofing. Yes, it is electronic GPS spoofing attack. Because of that, they were not getting any navigation intelligence or report. They were not able to move their ship. And finally, they tried it to be manual. They could not do anything. Then there was complete encryption of the keys used by some attackers. And finally, they asked them to pay $5,000 for giving back the key so that they can start moving their ships. So this is all about ransomware attack and the electronic GPS spoofing attack. Most of the 50% of the attacks that happens in shipping is ransomware attack. They use phishing, electronic GPS spoofing, and ransomware attack. Friends, I think you understood the context of the attack. So in this maritime video, you have observed and found that there are different malicious programs like a backdoor, and the tools like Wireshark may help you to some extent. People will use phishing, which is a fraudulent activity. They deceptively collect the credentials, and there are some best practices suggested by them, such as keep updating the firewalls and in fact devices at all different layers, and also electronic GPS spoofing and ransomware attack you have seen. And at the end they said it is they are not actually the hackers, and they have done this as a penetration testing. That means they are ethical hackers. I hope this gives some information with respect to the introduction of the cyber crimes. Coming back to this presentation, and I request all of you to have the detailed video watching at the later point of time at home after the class. Cyber crimes statistics. If we go for the statistics of the cyber crime, even in India, it is increasing. Every year almost it is double. And here we have the statistics up to 2011. As on 2011, we had 2,213 cyber crimes, but now it has reached a big number. In 2017, people have said it is an era of attacks, more attacks which are identified. Okay, and this statistics tells you in 2015 the persons arrested and cases registered. So in India alone, under IT Act 2000, Information Technology Act 2000, 5,102 persons were arrested and 8,045 cases were registered. Okay, so this gives some insight of different states. Which West Bengal, and persons arrested 847 and cases registered was 1,461. Rajasthan 920 cases persons were arrested and 2,243 cases registered. So if you see, Maharashtra stands first as of cybercrime statistics in states. As per the survey carried out in the period 2011 to 15. So that means there are some serious actions that is required. Average annual cost of cyber attacks in companies in selected countries as of August 2017 in million US dollars, right? In million US dollars. United States, 21.22 million US dollars was the annual cost of cyber attacks in August 2017. In Germany, it is 11.15 is the cost of cyber attacks. In Japan, it is 10.45 is the cost of cyber attacks. In United Kingdom, 8.74 as per the statistics. The last annual cost of cyber attacks in Australia is 5.41. Hence, we have to put some mechanisms technically, and we should have a legal framework which are to be there in place in order to avoid or curb cyber crimes attacks, right? That's what we are having IT Act 2000. See, you have seen the National Council of Research which has said in 1991 of USA said the cyber security is of very highest important one, and the bomb on the keyboard as a bomb, or a cyber threat, cyber crime as a bomb is more dangerous than a traditional bomb, right? But see, the case of India, where the Information and Technology Act comes into force on 17th October 2000, there's a large gap. Even today, there are many acts are not introduced in IT Act 2000. So still it is in a certain stage. So, but nevertheless, IT Act 2000 has come into force on 17th October. So before going to the details of it, I request all the participants to understand the difference between the law, act, and amendment, bill. These are the some keywords that you need to have the differentiation. What is a law? What is an act? What is an amendment? Okay, the bill. What is a bill? In Hindi or in Kannada we say Masude, right? IT Act 2000, Act, bill, law. So whenever something has to be brought in, very first bill will be presented in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Once the bill passes in Lok Sabha, then it has to be passed in Rajya Sabha. And once it is passed in both houses, then it gets the assent of the president. After getting the assent of the president, gazette notification happens and act comes. Based on the act, the central government and state government will make the law. So very first bill, if you can ask, if you are able, you can list down these words, terms in a proper sequence. Very first bill, then act, right, and then law. And whenever there is a need of revision or changes, then amendments will be made. Okay, I request all of you to keep these things in your mind. The primary purpose of the IT Act is to provide legal recognition to the electronic commerce and to facilitate filing of electronic records with the government. This is also one of the reasons why e-commerce has failed miserably in 1990s in India, because we did not have IT Act in place. There was a need for giving a legal sanctity for the electronic records, and electronically it should be we should be able to file the records. Now you know many of the IT income tax files are being submitted electronically. That is because of the legal sanctity given by the IT Act. Information Technology Act, also called as IT Act 2000, consisting of 94 sections segregated into 13 chapters. Provide legal recognition for transactions. So e-commerce transactions, for example, will be having legal weightage now. Facilitate electronic filings of documents with the government agencies. Make certain amendment to the Indian Penal Code, Indian Evidence Act 1872, Bankers Book Evidence Act 1891, and Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. Aims to provide legal framework to all electronic records. So we cannot go through all the things such as 94 sections and 13 chapters. However, some of the important points we can look at in the IT Act 2000. This is in order to educate yourself with respect to the IT Act 2000. So friends, please understand that tampering with computer source document without the permission of the owner or in charge is an offense under IT Act section 43. Hacking with computer systems or data alteration is punishable under IT Act section 66. Publishing obscene information is punishable under the IT Act section 67. Unauthorized access to protected system is punishable under IT Act 70. Breach of confidentiality and privacy is section 72. Friends, you should be noted that there is no Data or Privacy Act as of now in India, but breach of confidentiality and privacy is seriously taken, and it will be privacy violation in India is taken very seriously, and it will be dealt under Section and IT Act 43 and 72. There may be one question at the end of the open short-term course with respect to this. Please note down this. So, privacy, the violation of privacy. There is one difference that you need to understand: privacy and the security. Security is required in order to ensure the privacy. Violation of privacy is sharing the data of a person which is sensitive. Okay, person sensitive data is shared without the consent of the person. Then it is a violation of privacy. So, if a data is sensitive, then we should take a consent of a person. Without taking the consent of a person, if you are sharing a data, it is privacy violation, and you'll be breaching the confidentiality. Okay. So you sign up a bond in some company to work. They have put you in some research work. You are working there for 1.5 years. You are working quite good, but there are no research outcomes. Then the company wants you to change, or they won't give you any hike in your salary. Then you want to change the company. Then when you go out, you will reveal the secrets of the research work that is happening in the previous company ABC and in the new company XYZ. Then it is breach of confidentiality. So such offences will be dealt under Section 72 of the IT Act 2000. Publishing false digital signature certificates, it is punishable under Section 73. Okay. So the different other sections are there. I request all of you to go through these various sections. Section 43 is important. Access, download, copy any data from such computers. Section 66, information residing in a computer resource must be either destroyed, deleted, altered, diminished. If you do any of these things, the punishment is 3 years or fine up to 2 lakhs. So Section 66, hacking with computer system. All right. And some other sections, Section 65, tampering with computer source documents. Section 69, interception, monitoring of information regarding the integrity, security of defense of India, friendly relations with foreign countries. So these things are taken care of, dealt with the Section 69 of the IT Act. Please note some of these sections. Hello? 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 Please come to the chat box. Please come to the chat box and type under what section of IT breach of confidentiality and privacy is handled. Hello? Yes, correct. Section 43 is used for what purpose? Section 43 is used for what purpose? Very good. Only two answers. Section 43. Okay, thank you. Friends, we'll have a break now of 10 minutes. Please join at 11:40. Okay, and don't leave the meeting. You can be on meeting. And I request all of you to come back after 10 minutes. Have a 10 minutes break. Okay? Hello? Hello? Welcome back to all of you. Welcome back. We'll start the next session. Screen is visible? Hello? Good morning to all of you once again. Screen is visible? Hello? No response? Anybody is there? Thank you. I'm getting some responses saying that the screen is visible, right? And host is visible, right? Resource person is visible. Siddharth? Yes? Okay. We'll start once again. IT Act Amendment 2008. The Information Technology Act was introduced in October 17, 2000. Later, Information Technology Act was amended in 2008. Okay? To make amendment also, again, it has to be passed by the Parliament. It is passed by the Parliament in December 2008. It received the assent of President of India on 5th February 2009. And IT Act 2000 was notified on October 27, 2009. So, from October 2009 onwards, IT Act Amendment 2008, which is called in short as ITAA 2008, was enforceable. Whatever the act was there, as per that law can be made and it can be enforced by the state and central government. So, IT Act 2008, we can say it as a new version of the IT Act 2000. So, the question now arises, why IT Act 2000 was amended? Why it was amended? That's the important question. There were some different developments happening. There was cyber terrorism booming. It was necessary to have the data protection. It was necessary to have the electronic signature to be given legal sanctity equal to the digital signature. For most of the small enterprises, digital signature was also a costly affair to some extent, because IT infrastructure is a costly one. It requires a frequent redefining, and electronic signature requires a legal sanctity in place of digital signature. Therefore, IT Act 2008 was amended. Very important, why IT Act 2008 was amended. So salient features of the amendment are: digital signature has been replaced with the electronic signature. Section 67 of the old IT Act is amended. Section 66A to 66F prescribe punishment for obscene electronic message transmission and cyber terrorism. Okay, fine. So I request all of you to come to the chat box and list down the keywords of the IT Act Amendment 2008. Come to the chat box and just list out the keywords of the amendment. Please write to the chat box. In the chat box, you are writing the keywords which explains why IT Act 2000 was amended. So I will type in the question: digital signature was replaced by dash. Correct? Cyber terrorism and data protection, very good. Electronic signature, very good. So in amendment, they introduced the sections for cyber terrorism and data protection. And digital signature is replaced by electronic signature. Correct? Some of the amendments made, right? Fine. Let's go to the next one. Let's have a quick look at some of the actions taken by legal frameworks of United States. Okay, the famous or common and famous ones of United States America to regulate internet content are SOPA, Stop Online Privacy, and PIPA, Protect IP Act. Okay, Stop Online Privacy and Protect IP Act. The Great Wall, the USA we have seen, right? Stop Online Privacy, SOPA, and PIPA, Protect IP Act, PIPA, these two. Great Firewall of China monitors every movement in cyberspace and protects to publish any offensive content. China is very careful. You know, at many incidents, China keeps the information confidentially, right? It is not the traditional firewall of China. It is the actual in the cyber, or in our IT term, we will say firewalls, right? The firewall of China, the Great Firewall of China, is a very intelligent software which filters all the data which are harmful or offensive before publishing onto the internet. China has a hold on every content which is harmful, for dangerous, or which is going to be embarrassing for the government of China. So this how, see what can be done with the different tools. Brazil is considered the world's biggest airport for hackers, where Iran is also dangerous country for netizens. He also have a crime police unit for crime in cyberspace. Netizens, what is a netizen here? We are citizens of India. Every person who interacts with the internet, cyber, uses some gadgets to do some activity is called netizen. Netizen. N-E-T-I-Z, N-E-T-I-Z-E-N-S. Netizens. So overall, the importance of cyber law is, we are living in a highly digitized world. Therefore, we need cyber law. All companies depend upon their computer networks and keep their valuable data in electronic form. Therefore, cyber law and different technologies which protects the data are required. Government forms, including income tax returns, company law forms, etc., are now filed in electronic form. Right? Most people are using email, cell phones, and SMS messages for communication. Even in non-cyber crime cases, important evidence is found in computers, cell phones. In case of divorce, murder, kidnapping, organized crime, terrorist operations, counterfeit currency, etc. In all these cases, we need some cyber act to deal with, since it touches all the aspects of transactions and activities on and concerning the internet, the World Wide Web, and cyberspace. Therefore, the cyber law is extremely important, right? So far, we have seen what is cyber law and what is the need of cyber law, and different sections of IT Act, and IT Act 2000 sections and amendments made in IT Act 2000, right? That is, in 2008, amendments are made. Okay, all these things we have seen. So we have to see the next important concept called botnet. Right? What are botnets? Hello? Hello? Question, can we use botnets for selling our shares? Can we use botnets for selling our shares? Please come to the chat box, write your answer, yes or no. Hello? Apurva? Gunashekar? Nayana? Siddharth? Anjan Guru Prasad, EACE department. Please come to the chat box and write, can we use botnets for selling our shares? Good. Some of them have asked what is botnet. Some of them, they said, yes sir, yes, it can be used for selling shares. Gunashekar, yes sir, in some cases. Siddharth said yes. Okay, some more answers. Okay. The answer is yes. We can use botnets for automatically selling our shares. In fact, botnet are even play their different roles. Botnets can steal the bandwidth and it can lease it to somebody. Botnet can vary the values of the cryptocurrency, right? So many things can be done. So then, as some of you have asked, what is a botnet then? A botnet is a collection of interconnected devices, which may include PCs, servers, mobile devices, and Internet of Things devices that are infected and controlled by a common type of malware. So botnet is a malware which need not be in your local system, which need not be on your LAN, which can be in some remote machine, some remote network. So a botnet, a master which actually runs, which actually activates the different clients, maybe somewhere in the part of the world, like say some part of the network in Russia, and can compromise by infecting it and by taking the control of different devices through the malware. So users are often unaware of a botnet infecting their systems. So even we will not be knowing most of the times, right? Whether the malware has infected our systems or not. So it typically makes the powerful network by sharing its workload, by sharing its command and assigning different commands to be executed by different networks, which is in some part of the country or world. Each computer in a botnet is called a bot. These bots form a network of compromised computers which is controlled by a third party and used to transmit malware or spam or to launch attacks. You can go to this particular website for more information about the botnet, and please note that the word botnet is formed from the words robot and networks. Cyber criminals use special Trojan viruses to breach the security of several users' computers, take control of each computer, and organize all of the infected machines into a network of bots that the criminal can remotely manage. Okay, you can also see, refer to the website address www.kaspersky.co.in, resource centers and threads about the botnet. Okay, so botnet is a malicious program which can make your computer compromised with the bot network and make your computer to execute certain commands without the knowledge of the owner of the device or network, and can make many things to work. So suppose different parts of the world computers are compromised, and botnet can be a very powerful network and it can execute whatever it wants. So next thing is attack vector. So under this we mainly concentrate on some attack vectors. Attack vector basically, which means unauthorized access can be gained to a device or a network by hackers or for nefarious purposes. So any crime, any attack, okay, so we can call it as an attack vector. For example, if phishing is an attack vector, SQL injection is an attack vector, DDoS, denial of distributed service attack, is an attack vector. All these vectors, which are basically some attacks, violates the principles of cyber security. So when we say cyber security, there are three principles: confidentiality, integrity, and availability, called CIA. So when it comes to confidentiality, information is maintained confidentially by using a technique called encryption technique. So you will encrypt the data. Message digest you will create for the given plain text, and that message digest will enable you to maintain the integrity of the data. Availability of the information has to be protected because these types of the information may be impacted by DDoS attacks, distributed denial of service attack. If an attacker is able to bring down a service for a period of time, it affects whether people can access the information they want or not need. Okay. So, friends, please come to the chat box. Please mention the principles. Name the principles. Name the principles of security. Name the principles of security. Quickly write the 3 important keywords. How do you ensure confidentiality? Confidentiality and integrity. Name the techniques. Hello? Hello? Prashant Reddy? Prashant Reddy is there? Please write in the chat box, how do you ensure confidentiality? Is it audible? Hello? Huh. Yes, yes. Huh. You can send hello? Hello? Is it audible? Audible? Yes, encryption is correct. Confidentiality. But how do you protect the integrity of a data? Data integrity? Data integrity? So in the discussion we said integrity of the information refers to the information in its original format that has not been manipulated by a bad actor. So how do you ensure that? What is a message digest? What is a message digest? Is it useful for maintaining the integrity of the data? Hello? One second, please. You keep writing cryptographic hash function. Yes. Can you name algorithm for message digest? Very good. MD5 is one of the algorithm that can be used for message digest. It enables such hash functions and messages enables us to maintain integrity. So availability, how do you protect the availability of the information? If the availability of the information is data is increased, then the confidentiality, right? If you write a triangle of CIA, right? CIA, if you write, the availability increases means confidentiality decreases. Yes or no? If availability of the data or information increases means confidentiality decreases, right? So we refer the CIA as basically as the principles of security. In cyber security, we'll add with one more point, that is non-repudiation. Non-repudiation, that's very, very important, because non-repudiation basically refers to having done something, I will claim I have not done something, right? So I have sent some email, okay, I have made some transaction, but I will claim that I have not sent that email, I have not done the transaction. Therefore, some mechanism is required in order to show that it is done by this person, whether that person is authorized or not. Therefore, in order to maintain confidentiality, integrity, and availability, okay, and non-repudiation, we have digital signature in place. So digital signature is a mathematical schema which basically helps us to implement cybersecurity principles. Okay. Now we were talking about the three different attacks: phishing attack, SQL injection attack, and distributed denial of service attacks. These attacks are basically referred as the attack vectors, and these attacks breaches the principle of security with respect to the cyber security. Think of CIA plus R, confidentiality, integrity, authenticity, availability, and the non-repudiation. Now, so let us think of the SQL injection. Friends, many of these attacks will be having the demonstration, but it's taking some time in order to give you the important informations with respect to the cyber security. SQL injection, for example, SQL injection refers to an injection attack wherein an attacker can execute malicious SQL statements. Okay, malicious SQL statement, commonly referred to as a malicious payload that control a web application database server, also commonly referred to as relational database management system. Okay, so SQL injection. SQL injection. Is it visible? What is SQL injection? What is a SQL injection attack? SQL injection attack. Can you name any one case study or possibility that may happen by injecting some records maliciously? So there is some database of the university, for example. If I insert some records into the university database, say which is not secured, then what may happen? So what are the consequences of unauthorizedly accessing the database and inserting some records? So attacker wants something to be written. So what may happen? Just can you think of something?
We can drop tables, sir, using SQL map.
Yes, that's one. I'm not talking about any dropping, but suppose, let us say that's one possibility. So I'm just asking you to imagine a situation wherein, say, I'm not graduated from some IIT Bombay, but I want some a certificate from IIT Bombay. Let us say IIT Bombay University database is vulnerable, and an attacker inserts some database records, and he wants some saying IIT Bombay some BTech program. So after the 4 years, after inserting the record, after the 4 years, he applies applies to the University of IIT Bombay and asks for some BTech certificates. He may get that certificate, right? Such things may happen because of the SQL injection attack. Okay, so there are such possibilities of SQL injection attack. That's so the child pornography. You may be knowing what is child pornography. And child pornography and the online games are a kind of addictions. So these types of addictions may badly affect the people. Okay, badly affect the people. People with the digital addictions, they'll not be able to make. They become the pedophiles. I'll come to that part. I'm just asking all of you to go to the niiconsulting.com. Please type this URL, niiconsulting.com. Please note down this URL. I will do one thing. I will put it in the chat box. Hello? Hello? Please note down the notable features of the IT Act 2008 in this website. And there are some case studies given Case studies as per selected IT sections are given here. Penalty and compensation for a damage to computer systems. Please go through these various case studies which are important, and this is what you have to do. Some of the questions may be given from this at the end of the 5 days open short-term course. You will be having the quiz and some assignments that you have to complete. Refer to this website and note down what are the different case studies that you are having, fake informations, okay, so fake allegations, fake news about the previous president, Srimati Pratibha Patil, for example. Such case studies will be asked. So please go through this link. Similarly, indianqanun.org. Next, I'm requesting you to do a small exercise. I'll copy this URL. This exercise is with respect to making you to know how to verify the SSL certificate in the website. Go to www.geocerts.com SSL checker. Please go to geocerts.com SSL checker, SSL certificate verification. Hello? Hello? ಹೌದು ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್. ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ ಬಿಸಿ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್. Hello? Hello friends. I have given you some of the web links. Now I am requesting you to come to this web link, urlwide.com. enter website or URL here. Hello? Please go to urlvoid.com, urlvoid.com. Enter website address, for example, google.com, www Google. See what you will get. Google.com, website address, google.com, blacklist status, no blacklist status for that. Domain name registration happened on 15/9/97, domain name registration. Domain information is available, IP address is available, reverse DNS is available, different information is available, even server location is available. So please go to this URL, urlvoid.com, and do this exercise quickly. urlvoid.com, urlvoid.com. Mention in chat box what website you checked. Okay, only one answer. Only one answer from Naina. Okay, Prashant, electrical. Fine. Thank you. Now, please check Amazon.com. Go to urlvoid.com and website address, you type Amazon.com. Amazon.com. Now, in place of this Amazon.com, replace O by 0. please verify. What is the difference between Amazon.com and Amazon, that O is replaced by 0. Amazon.com and .com. Yes, correct. For Amazon0.com, you are getting blacklist status. Correct. What type of attack is this? What type of attack it is? Okay. Hello? Phishing, exactly. Right? It's a phishing attack. So what is a phishing attack? A criminal activity using social engineering techniques, a collection of techniques used to manipulate people into performing actions or divulging confidential information. So many people can be misled by having the same appearance of the URL, Amazon.com or Amazon.com. Most of the time people may not distinguish the difference. As a result of that, the people may be triggered to give some information, or the people may perform actions or divulging confidential information. Phishers attempt to fraudulently acquire sensitive information such as usernames, passwords, and credit card details by masquerading as a trustworthy entity in an electronic communication. So therefore, actually, we are talking about the phishing attack. There are many famous organizations which were the victims of the phishing attacks: Watcho Viva, Bank of America, eBay, Amazon.com, PayPal, and Citibank. All these are victims of the phishing attacks. It is given in an analysis. If you can search the different research papers, you will come to know that out of every 100 people, 14 people are likely to get into a phishing attack. They assume that this is a trustworthy email from a reliable source and from website, and they will tend to give the information. That is so phishing people will do in a different way. They use email, they will use the website, and they will do phishing. So basically, phishing definition we have seen, and we have seen that phishing victims like organizations like Bank of America, Watcho Viva, these things. Social networking sites are also a target of phishing, since the personal details inside such sites can be used in identity thefts. Analysis and experiments show a success rate of 70% for phishing attack on social networks. Okay, so in social networks it is more. So link manipulation is one of the technique. So just we have seen the suntrust.com .bank.com is one misspelled URL, for example. Okay, link manipulation we have seen, right? And the old method of spoofing links used links containing @ symbol originally intended as a way to include username and password in a web link, google.com @memberstripod.com. So these are the informations. I think 1 minute I will take a break and I will come back to you. So don't go away. Be hello, friends. Hello. So we will stop at this stage. These discussions of theoretical concepts. We'll go to some more practicals. Is it okay? Is it okay to have some more hands-on now? Okay. So we'll do some hands-on session. So actually we are planning to give some exposure with respect to the Kali Linux. Fine. And with respect to Wireshark and some phishing attack. Just now you have seen what is phishing. There are different tools available to which enables you to do phishing. There are different tools, information, say there are some top 9 phishing simulators available: InfoSec IQ, GoFish, Lucy, Simple Phishing Toolkit, Phishing Frenzy, Kingfisher, Speedfish Framework, and Social Engineering Toolkit. There are some different phishing. Spear phishing is basically making the phishing attack a very customized one, and different phishing techniques are there. And deceptive phishing, okay, spear phishing, all these phishing techniques are there. Now actually I am requesting Rohit, who is working as a software engineer in Checkpoint Solutions, to give some demo with respect to these tools of the cybersecurity. Hello Rohit.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Please take the remaining part of the session so that we can discuss some more theoretical concepts required in the next class tomorrow. And today, now you can take the sessions and you can continue the another half an hour or so with respect to the demonstration of the cybersecurity tools. Thank you.
Oh, okay, sure, sir.
So please stay with us, all participants. Be on the meet and continue. Don't leave the meet. Now I am handing over to Rohit Naidu, Software Engineer, Checkpoint Solutions.
Hello. Good afternoon, one and all. And it is a great opportunity for me to demonstrate some of the tools of in cybersecurity. As we know, currently cybersecurity is have come in the limelight due to many of the threats and many vulnerabilities which is not being addressed. So I'll be going through the installation of Kali Linux, and I'll be showing some overview of some of the tools such as Wireshark and social engineering toolkit. So basically, Kali Linux is a open source the operating system mainly for offensive security purpose. It is maintained by Offensive Security Limited. It is the upgrade version of the Backtrack Linux. Kali Linux runs on monolithic kernel environment. Monolithic in the sense there is actually one process which completely runs the complete code of the operating system, and there are more than 300 tools inbuilt for penetration testing and security purpose in Kali Linux, since it is being the most used tool or operating system for penetration testing and all. And basically, when we talk about installing the Kali Linux, it has been reported and observed that during the life of penetration testing, there is many crash being occurred, and there is a lot of data being lost. So it is the best practice to install Kali Linux in a virtual environment, so that when crash occurs, the system can be recovered as soon as possible, and we can have some file shared system in the virtual environment, so that the data is also being safe. So now I'll be using Oracle VirtualBox for installing Kali Linux, and I'll be demonstrating that. Okay. Is my screen visible? Hello.
Screen is visible.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So you can download the Oracle VirtualBox by typing Oracle VirtualBox download simply in Google. Here you will be having the option to download based on your environment, such as for Windows operating system, Windows; for iOS it's OS X; and for Linux distributions, Linux. You can select the appropriate option from here, and the tool will be downloaded. I've actually downloaded this, so for me it is not required. You people can carry on with the download. After downloading it, it is the normal installation process. So just follow the simple steps over here and give all the permissions, it will just get installed. And to run the OS on virtual machine, you will have to enable virtualization or Hyper-V option in your BIOS settings of your operating system. Make sure you enable it and then work with it, or else you'll be having issues further. Now after the installation, the application is open now. So now we'll be needing a Kali Linux image to run that. So you can download it normally in the same traditional manner, Kali Linux download, and you'll be directed to the link, official link. Here you will be having multiple options to be downloaded, like one is Kali Linux installer, where it is used to install complete OS on the hard drive. Kali Linux Live is basically is used to run the Kali Linux without installing in the environment, such as we can use a bootable CD or a pen drive and run Kali Linux Live directly. Basically, when you have a crash of some operating system, we can just download this live software and run it and back up the data from the crashed system. This is a network installer software, and based on your system, like 64-bit or 32-bit, you can download here. And Kali Linux also provide the ARM. ARM in the sense for mobile application and IoT devices. For mobile application, Kali Linux NetHunter is being released, which actually works on OnePlus and Samsung devices. Some very few devices have been supported for now, and other Kali Linux operating Kali Linux Lite will be mainly used for in IoT devices such as BeagleBoard, Raspberry Pis, so that you can have an installation for that. Now you can download Kali Linux 64-bit live for this demo. I have already downloaded it, so I can use it directly. Here you have to create a new virtual environment. So click on new, name it. I'm naming it Kali, and specify the location where your virtual hard disk is being saved.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So you're going too fast.
Okay. Fine. So, are you stuck anywhere?
Yeah, like in the beginning step of installation.
Of the Oracle VM. Okay, fine. Basically, you just yeah. Have you downloaded the VirtualBox?
Yeah. Now it is downloaded.
Okay, it's the traditional method. Like you just have to give permission and click next, and it will be done. Now, as I showed you, you just go to this Kali Linux website and just try to download this thing. It's a huge file actually. This is required.
Installer or the live?
The live one is preferable.
Oh yes, sir, it is downloading. You can continue.
Yeah. Okay. Now, after downloading, you have to create a virtual environment over here. So, same steps. So, type is Linux and Kali is not mentioned. So, other Linux. Create a virtual hard drive, and preferably it is memory should be 1 GB and still it lacks. And this is whatever default settings is fine. So now the Kali icon is here, so you can start the VM.
Excuse me, just for a minute. How many of you are having the laptop? All of you are having laptop? Better to have the laptop. Please try to follow whatever he is saying. In case if you are not able to follow at any point of time, you can request him. He will repeat.
So to continue, after you start the VM, you'll have to specify the image which you have downloaded. So this is image which I had downloaded and have run. So I'm selecting this, and after that, just start the machine. Now we'll have to run live. I just don't want to install the complete setup, which will consume a lot of time. It will take some minimal amount of time to load. If you are asked for password, you just give TOOR, which is the reverse of root. Yeah, now the Kali Linux machine is ready to run. This is the a bit older one, which from which you will download. This one which is like 2016 one, like your new one will be based on this OS itself. It will be a more there will be more bug fixes on your system, the new edition 2020.3. So here when you see, this is the, as this is a Unix environment, Linux based system, so you'll be having the terminal. You'll be directly getting access for the sudo root user, and the main focus is on the application and the tools which it provides inbuilt. These are the most of the tools which it provides for penetration testing purposes. For information gathering, there are certain number of tools, and for vulnerability analysis, there are certain number of tools. From for web application, there are like more than 300 tools available which you can explore. Now, basically, after you install this, you'll be having some network issues. You just type IPA to get the network specification. Now we are not having any network issues, but if you get, please click on this network tab and go to network setting, and please try to have bridge adapter. It's a bit slow as such. Okay, it's taking a pretty long time to load as it's have specified only 1 GB RAM and 8 GB memory. It's a bit slow. Okay, it responds. Oh, now you can see. This is the public IP of the complete network. In the sense, generally my Wi-Fi device. This virtual network will be visible for all the devices which are connected to my network, my Wi-Fi. This is that address. So this is how you actually install Kali Linux, and please go ahead and explore some of the stuff. And now I'll be going through a tool known as Wireshark. Wireshark is a packet analysis tool. It's a pretty powerful tool, and will be extensively used in the industry also. Basically, Wireshark is actually it does only a simple task like scanning the ports, scanning the IP address, whichever it is connected uh, uh, to our network, and it monitors the traffic of the network. And it is a built-in tool in Kali Linux. You just have to type the command Wireshark, and it'll Wireshark is available on Windows environment also. As my VM is pretty slow, I'll just show you where you can download Wireshark. This is also same traditional method, like go to Google and type Wireshark download. You will be redirected to that a web page where you can download based on your environment. I have downloaded already. It works pretty fast in your native environment rather than the VM, as the VM memory is very less. So I'm just starting the Wireshark. Basically, these are the available options on my machine to get connected to the network. So currently it is connected to Wi-Fi. So if you double click on that, it comes to the main window where it shows the packet description and the bit frame. So these are the traffic. This is the actual traffic which is being processed in my network. And I'll just stop recording. So this recording starts from the beginning of the application. The session starts as the application starts, and the number of the packet is being given from the session start, which is the start of the application. This is the source IP address, the device which is requesting to this destination for some particular, and this is the protocol which is used in that request, and it is having a UDP protocol. Then this is a in-depth information of the traffic which is being processed in the network, and this is mainly used for the analysis of the traffic in the R&Ds, and in some areas like if somebody wants to get to know the traffic which is being passed in his network, so he can go here. And there are pretty impressive filters also, like if you want to search HTTP protocol, you just type HTTP, and as you see, there are no HTTP requests done in that recording. So I'll type IP address. So there are many IP address which are using my network for their communication. And when you go on the view panel, you can have the pretty impressive option known as resolve. Like it will be resolving on the physical addresses. If you select the network, it will resolve those transport layer address. Basically, this all are getting resolved. Usually here MAC address will be displayed, but that filter actually enables this kind of IP address. After that, if you select a individual packet and you'll get the complete packet description here, you can browse through here and check what is the data being passed and the uh, protocol and the timestamp and the multiple packet related information which you study in computer networks, the TCP packets, UDP packets, this kind of information it will be passed over here. So as there is nothing much impressive going on in my network, I will suggest you a website where you can have a complete other environment, like it captures the packet from the Bluetooth environment, or if some attack is going on, some other scenarios are going on, those packets are being captured and it is being published so that learners like us can check over there and get a insighting. I'll just give it in the link. These are some of the capture files. General, unsorted, there are many categories where you can go through and download these things and just open them in the Wireshark and you can go through them. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. I have downloaded the basic version of this, which I will show you. So you have to click on open and select the downloaded location, and here I have downloaded the basic HTTP one from the same site. Continue without saying. Yeah, this is the basic capture which those some of them have done and uploaded in their website. Basically, here you can see here TCP three-way handshake is taken processed, and then the site is being retrieved. So basically, in TCP three-way handshake, initially the sync message, sync flag will be set and the packet will be sent, and the server responds with sync acknowledgement, and then again the acknowledgement packet will be sent, and then the server responds with the data. After the communication takes process, again TCP three-way handshake will takes place, and FINAG, this thing will be processed. You can go through these things and get a brief overview of the Wireshark. Actually, there are, this is the, update some filter. You have an option for capture filter also. See, this is the main option which you have to have a look on and try it. So promise course is in some OSs this will be disabled, and here we will not be able to capture the traffic of other IP address, other MAC address devices. So in our device will be, it is enabled, so I am getting traffic of other devices also. We have a capture filter also, like where we can have this filter like IPv4 only, in the sense only IPv4 packets will be displayed, HTTP TCP port 80, here only the traffic coming to this port will be displayed. This in this only, this is in the runtime actually. Once this is done, the traffic will be displayed over here, and here this traffic will be filtered over this display filter area. And there are many other options, like here for the next packet, the GUI thing and the history one. If for example I selected the first packet and then gone to some other random place and selected this packet, and when I press this thing it will go to the previous selected packet. This only is a helpful tool for getting a look at this, zoom in, zoom out, basic kind of stuff. But the hardcore things are only related with these two things. You can have Yeah, this pretty much that's it. Yeah, this covers the Wireshark. You can go through it, explore things. If you find if you're not getting anything, you just can come back to us. This is pretty much okay. Now going back to the Kali Linux. So the password, as I told, is reverse of root. Yeah, this is the Wireshark in the Kali Linux inbuilt tool. As I told, it is pretty slow. So now the next tool which I am going to talk about is SC toolkit, which is social engineering toolkit, which is used for the phishing purposes. As sir has explained, phishing is a is the unauthorized access or malicious behavior and getting the data of an individual without his concern or his permission. This is actually a cybercrime, but knowing or unknowingly maximum of the people are getting into it and getting being the victims of phishing. Many would have gone across this phishing emails like you have one crore rupees, please log into your website and this website, and basic tax amount will be deducted and you'll get the amount, and they'll take all your bank credentials. This is actually actual phishing. So now I'll be demonstrating some of this kind. So here I'll be using social engineering toolkit. So basic simple, just type the command sc toolkit, and basic permissions is required, just grant it. Yeah, now we are inside this app. So basically this has many options, penetration testing, third party modules. It is a R&D stuff. They are people are contributing it, and this will be coming under this R&D stuff. And when we okay. When we explore social engineering attacks, there are spear phishing, where spear phishing is basically like targeting a particular group of people, in the sense like if we consider a travel industry, people send email like there are the exclusive offer, some pay one, go to this type kind of offer, please log into our website and pay this kind of. Our spear phishing, spear phishing is basically like target to a particular group. General phishing is a open phishing, like it will be like done for a wider range of set of people who are it will be sent to the everyone and see who all gets into it. But in spear phishing, it will be sent to a group of people itself. There is something called as whale phishing. Whale phishing is like targeting the head of one particular organization who have a higher authoritative power or higher access. So he'll be targeted, and some kind of phishing email will be sent to him, and all his details will be accessed unauthorizedly. Okay. Now here, when we talk about website attack vector, okay, here we'll be getting Java applets. This is a pretty old style, like when web applications were you developed in Java applets. Now it is outdated. Now Metasploit browser. Metasploit is another tool in Kali Linux, which actually is used for generating the payloads. Payloads are nothing but malicious software, which actually on passing to a victim's system will give unauthorized access to that system. Credential harvester is which we are going to look at. Webjacking is like hacking the session of a particular website. multi-attack multi-attack web methodology. Like there are multiple steps in this all stuff, but the basic one is credential harvester. In credential harvester, we'll be having more like there are some specified templates in the inbuilt tool itself, which we are going to use, and there is a site cloner. Here, if you specify the URL of the site, then the site will be cloned and the site will be generated with the malicious link, and the URL will be given. So when I'm going to the first option, web template. So now we'll have to specify the port with which the attackers, the victim's detail will be redirected, so that I'll be specifying my own port. For that I'll be reading the details, so same IP spaces. So I'll be giving the public address of it and paste it over here. Yeah, now we'll have to select a template. So what I'll do, I'll just select a Google template. Yeah, initially you'll have to start the Apache server. You just give the permission. Now the basically this is the actual IP address which should be passed in the social engineering technique manner, like where you'll have to say like your Gmail has been compromised, please log into this or some other techniques and get the victim to log in this IP address. So when he logs in over here, like see, now I have entered the IP address of that site, but it has redirected, it has given this UI where it is similar to the Google Gmail account sign up. So what I'll do, if unknowingly if I give my details, so now it has done nothing. It has just redirected to the other web page, but behind the scenes, your data has been compromised and it is been hacked. And see here, you can see my credential has been passed to the hacker. So before we actually log into any specific this kind of email, we'll have to check the IP address thoroughly and make a background verification before we provide any credentials. So this can be utilized for getting the details of credit card, debit cards, and other stuff. So by this phishing is done and the credential is being hacked. Press Ctrl+3 to get out. Okay. So this is the basic overview of SC toolkits. You can explore with other options and try it out. It's just pretty straightforward things. Everything will be mentioned. Oh, so actually that's it for the day. If anything, you can get back to me or sir. We'll be very happy to help you out with this. Thank you.
Hello? Hello? I think Rohit, have you covered whatever you have planned to cover, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
This was just a basic overview of the tools to just give them a look and feel and give them a brief idea how they can proceed further. And this is just, as this is just a basic view. As they get to know the concept, they can just feel free to go and have a look at it, so that they'll be having a better understanding about them.
Okay. What I do is I'm just drawing the attention of all the participants. Just after this session is over, for the WhatsApp group, I will be sending the notes, PPTs, and also once I get the video, I will be pushing that video to you. And in the PPTs, you are having set of questions. All participants can go through those questions, okay, and assignments. So at the end, we will be asking you to submit the assignments and take the quiz also. So please go through those assignments, answer them very briefly. Tomorrow you can ask us, suppose if you are not able to solve those questions, okay. And similarly, whatever the Rohit demonstrated, please go through the Kali Linux and various other phishing tools and other things. And whatever he has demonstrated, tomorrow if you are not getting, you can ask. Is it fine? Is it fine for all of you? Can I expect some responses? So why I am giving basically these assignment questions? In a day or two, we will not be able to cover everything. Fine? Everything. So if you also go and do some homework, it will be easy, because tomorrow we will be starting the blockchain concepts, which is an technology which is very, very significant in redefining cybersecurity solutions. And today you be perfect with the cybersecurity fundamentals, different attacks. That's why I'll be giving the PPT slides and also a video, whatever get after the Google Meet. I will send that video also. You can use all these materials. Please go through the assignment questions. Please go through all the links. Okay, there will be some questions with respect to the video links also. Do all these exercises. For the MCA students also it will be useful, and for other students also it will be useful. And I think today's class, today's discussion is useful to all of you. And if you want, you can give the inputs to us through this chat box. You can rate the today's sessions as excellent, or very good, or good, or needs improvement of that kind, and we can close the session. Okay. I am thankful to all of you for participating actively and answering all the questions in the chat box. And my special thanks to Rohit. In spite of his busy schedule, he has made himself very free, and he is with us. Thanks to Rohit also. I am thankful to all participants. I thanks to the MCA department and the principal for giving the wonderful opportunity. Tomorrow we will rejoin again at the same time at 10 o'clock. Thank you, one and all. So now I declare this today's session is over. Thank you.